Beautiful evening for flame weeding. You can see Jonathan coming at me in the tractor. See the heat waves behind him there. I'm gonna jump in the tractor and ride with them for a little while and tell you all about flame weeding. Alright, we're turning a corner now. We got a little goofy end road because we have a tree row that we farm around, so
I don't see your GPS to help find the row, because all the rows look the same at this stage, and help me guide me into the row. So I hit resume.
Okay, so Jonathan just hit resume and now he's going to turn the flame back on.
I'm going to close that window because you can even feel a lot of heat from the tractor. Even the back window stays warm when we're flame weeding. We usually keep the air conditioner running on high. It helps, but flames do a really good job of killing weeds. If it gets to the growing point of broadleaves, it destroys it. If the weed is too tall, it won't affect it because it needs to hit the growing point on top of the broadleaf. The grass, it will shrivel it up, and then we cultivate it to ensure that it dies and gets covered up.
To fill the LP tank, we'll call the co-op and they'll come out with their LP tanker and fill our tank. So some people will call the co-op to fill the sprayer for their sprays, and we call the co-op to fill the LP tank so we can flame. A little bit different. We just do things a little bit differently than the neighbors. Jonathan, why is it that we can do this in corn, and can we do this in any other crops?
It works very effective in corn. Corn is a grass. It will keep growing. The growing point is low enough. You really can't burn the corn enough to kill it. So it'll kill the weeds, but it won't kill the corn plant. The corn plant, the leaves will be stunted, but it'll keep growing from where it was at. We don't do it in any other crops. Beans being a broadleaf or a legume, they would actually die if you hit the growing point too hard. Or basically we're just trying to do a better job in the row so we can cultivate and keep our fields as clean as we can. You can see the white steel pipes are all frosty. As the liquid LP turns to a gas, it gets very cold and it frosts up the pipes. So it's kind of weird to think about putting out a large flame of heat, but the pipes are actually frosty cold. So when you stop, they'll start dripping off and things like that. But it's just that gas turning in, or liquid turning into gas that makes it so cold.
Okay, we're watching John take off. He's gonna hit the burners pretty soon. There he goes. You can see the smoke rising. Okay, this part of the field was flamed yesterday. You can see corn looks pretty tough, doesn't it? Looks like somebody went through and hit it with Roundup or something. But if you get a closer look, you can see that the grasses that are crisped up in the rows. But if you notice, the growing points of the corn, that center part there is still green. The leaves around it got burned, but the growing point itself is protected. Here's another plant where you can look right down in there if it'll focus. But the growing point is just fine. It's the outer leaves that were toasted. So the corn will come back in about, it'll look tough like this for a little while. And then in about a week or so, it'll start all greening up again and we won't be looking at them brown leaves anymore. So, beautiful sunset, Minnesota sunset. Thanks for riding along.